There we go. All righty. So I thank you for joining me today. This is something that's been a long time coming. I've been following you for a while. Outside of you being my sister, you are a good influence and you have a real strong, dominant alpha female personality. So you attract people to follow you. And that's a good thing. At least it's not you have a strong personality being negative. You have a strong personality and you're always positive. So I appreciate that. And thank you for joining me today. So what we're going to discuss, go ahead and introduce yourself first, and then we'll get into our discussion.
All right. Well, my name is Deshondra Brown. Most people know me as Deshondra. All my handles for Facebook, Instagram is under my name, Deshondra Brown, or you can find me under B Deshondra, pretty much. So I'm not a type of person that hides who I am. I am who I am. So that feels good to hear you say, like, I'm in a positive way. Right. Because I am a Afro female.
Yes.
I try not to be, but I am. So that's good to know that I'm impacting people from a positive standpoint. I'm a career-oriented woman, entrepreneur through being a realtor, bodybuilder, fitness instructor. So this is a good topic kind of to be talking about multi-streams of income.
Awesome. So I had read an article in Forbes, and I want to know if you agree with it. It has the reasons that people have multiple streams of income. And one of them is, of course, achieving financial independence, greater stability. Somehow you attract more money because you're always getting these multiple streams of income. You get to work from home or your home front, if you're a mechanic, you work from your garage, just wherever your home office is, and then basically living your dream life. So are any of those aspects true for you with your multiple streams?
I would say yes, they're true. They're very true from the multiple stream from a standpoint. You do have freedom, but in my multiple stream, unlike most people, I have a corporate job as well. Because to me, that is considered a part of that multi-stream income, right? A lot of people don't see it that way. They only see like I'm only working for myself and I have to have all these different businesses. I have a different take on it than Forbes, than anyone else, because a lot of things that I've read, the following for Dave Ramsey's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, things like that. A lot of those people, they start out with that corporate stream being a part of their multi-stream income. And that corporate stream is the easiest stream of income you can make, right? Because you're taking a lot of people don't know, but I do hold a master's degree, but I also have a degree in transportation and logistics. So I have a strong transportation and logistics background. I've had the opportunity to work for the railroad. I've had the opportunity to work for auto carrier. I now work for another logistics company. So to me, that is one of your multi streams of your income. That corporate job is the easiest stream of income that you can make, because what you're doing is you're exchange, just like how you go out here and you open a business, or like, for example, a part of my stream of income is being a realtor. That is my business. That's my entrepreneurship, right? So, and working for my corporate job, all I'm doing is exchanging the goods and services that I have for a monetary value. So again, that's the basis for my stream of income. And given today, we never know where we're going to be. So I've vowed that I will keep a corporate job. That's just the way I feel. A lot of people don't feel that way. Some people like, I'll never go into corporate America. I'll never work for a company, blah, blah, blah. It gives me one security. That's one. I have my medical benefits for two. And then not only that, it's the easiest. It is the easiest stream of income I can make.
It's coming. Every 2 weeks, some money gonna be dropping,
or once a month, or whenever. All you have to do is show up. And like I say, many of us, we get our degrees, we do all of this, and then people say, I ain't never going to work in corporate America. Well, I paid for this degree, so I'm going to use it as a stream of income in exchange, for a monetary value. So I do agree, like in order for you to get places, you do need a multiple stream of income. I wholeheartedly agree on that. What I do not support is, and if it to each his own, so I don't mean it in that way, but I don't like when people try to make others feel like, well, why are you working for corporate America when you can be out here doing all this for yourself? But when you work for yourself, you can never take a day off. I've been there.
No days off.
There's no such thing as a day
sick.
off. You can't be sick. You can't go on a real vacation. You can't, you know. So my thing is, I just want people, that are listening to us, to understand your corporate job can be a part of your multiple stream income. I was an adjunct teacher at FSCJ for about 3 years. Again, another stream of income.
Right.
So those are the things that we have to embrace and get comfortable with, because I want people to understand, like, you may have your own 2 businesses and you may have 2 jobs. Those are multiple streams of income. You don't have to have 5 corporations for yourself and work yourself into the ground to be considered to have multiple streams of income.
Yeah, because I was, think I saw it on Facebook. It was a meme I saw, and it said I left my 40-hour a week job to work 100 hours a week being an entrepreneur. And I was like, that is so true. And a lot of people, they jump out there, and I'm like, you, to each his own. I don't talk it down, but I appreciate the fact that knowing every other Friday is something jumping in my account. And like you said, the medical benefits, just taking care of me when I'm older. There's no pension plan in being an entrepreneur.
Correct.
Sort of say. But there are those that, they get out there and they can make it work, but they're always constantly working. So give us a listing of your other business endeavors that you have outside of your regular job.
Outside of my regular job, I am a realtor. I work for Hashtag Realty Group. I've been doing real estate for about, I think now is going on my maybe 3rd year.
Okay.
Real estate was something I've always wanted to do. And I got laid off, and it gave me the perfect time to actually go to the class, get licensed, learn the business, and build my business. So I've always been into real estate because I've always bought my own properties, kind of rent things out, or land development, try to rent those out. So it was always something I was into. I just never had the actual educational foundation of it. So now, like I say, I'm officially have been doing real estate for about 3 years now. I really love it. I work with a lot of investors that buy multiple properties. They rent those out. And not only that, I get the opportunity to meet a lot of contractors that do remodeling work, plumbing work, painting, things like that. So it allows me to build a network through my realtor business that I can share with other people and help those entrepreneurs to build their businesses.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
I like that stream of income. Another thing that we did for some time, I did have an online jewelry store where my husband actually hand painted jewelry. We kind of let that kind of go down because as things evolve, people were not really into that. And one thing I will tell people, no matter what business you do not devalue your services.
Right.
Your price for your service is your price. Whether it be a price for your time or a price for your product. Own it, stick with it. It may not bring the fruit that you want, but never devalue any part of your businesses or business or whatever you're developing, because you're working hard to build a brand. You're working hard to build that portion of who you are. That's building you in an overall perspective. It's helping to create economic wealth. It's helping to grow you, whether it be financially, artistically, whatever it's doing, don't devalue that. So we still do, my husband still kind of does that business, but on the backdrop, we just now, people want it. A lot of people know we do it. So they'll reach out to us and we still do that.
Okay.
What else do I do? I have now, today I have to finish, but I am a bodybuilder. So I am an athlete. I've been a bodybuilder now. Yes. I've been bodybuilding now for, it's been about 3 years. I think the hardest part of this journey was during quarantine and having to find a way to stay on track. So with that, I've always been active. I've always been into fitness, but with doing something that I'm passionate and that I love, it's now catapulted me into doing personal training. So
Okay.
I now do personal training. I've built an online training program that people can enroll in. You can do it in the privacy of your own home. You can go to
Oh,
the
that's
gym.
awesome.
Yep. Or you can actually, I can give you one-on-one or a more streamlined plan. So I do personal training as well. And what I have been able to do with my bodybuilding from the athletic perspective, like you said, when you're doing bodybuilding at first, you're not really making any income. So I do look for sponsors. I do look for people to help me with that because it costs money to do these shows. Not that
Right.
you don't want to pay the money, but if you can get help and that support and that sponsorship, then it helps you out. But as a bodybuilder, what it does is it opens up networks for you. It opens up avenues. It opens up opportunities. So through my bodybuilding now, I've powered with Power Hands. I'm an ambassador for Power Hands that make
Okay.
the weighted gloves for personal training.
Yep.
So you'll see a lot of that on my Instagram feed. You'll see me on a lot of their reposts, things like that. I've partnered with Puff Mistress, a lingerie
Okay.
company. So now I have the opportunity to model for that particular company. I am looking for other partnerships and things like that because a lot of times they may not bring monetary value, but they bring other perks and other
And
value. So
exposure. Yeah.
yes. So like with the lingerie company, I get lingerie. So hey, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That is a good
So
perk. Yeah. 'Cause that stuff is
yeah, and then
pricey.
like, yep, now with being into bodybuilding, I've gotten invited to do some modeling for a pet breeder that breeds bullies. So I'll be helping to get that entrepreneur out there. So with the bodybuilding, it may not be necessarily that financial gain, but the gain you get from growing your network is
Yeah.
priceless.
Yeah. Yeah. Networking is essential because, like I tell people, when I do, just like with you and all of your avenues and all your businesses, this is already a network. So if somebody was like, hey, I need somebody to help train me for, getting in shape for running, I'm like, oh, I got somebody. So you have to get those connections down. You have to build that foundation. But for you being an entrepreneur and still for working full time, when did you make the decision that, hey, I want to do something extra on top of working my 9 to 5?
I think I've always been that way, Veranda. In
Okay.
all
Me
honesty,
too.
I will, I'm always looking for the next thing because I don't like to
Me
get
too.
comfortable. And I found that when I got comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I got laid off.
Right. Right.
See, so I've always been that person where I had something in my back pocket, but I
Mm-hmm.
got comfortable. I was like, I got this degree, I got this good job, I ain't got to worry about it. I'm just gonna work.
Exactly.
And that's what I did. But then when I got laid off, I was like, oh, let me get back to the ground, never
Mm-hmm.
again. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
let me go ahead and get my real estate license. I'm delving in it anyway. Let me get the educational background. I
Mm-hmm.
was already doing adjunct teaching. So
Mm-hmm.
that, like being a professor online, I can do that from anywhere. So I was
Right.
doing that. And then, like I said, the bodybuilding just catapulted me into fitness because I have
Mm-hmm.
always had a passion for it. And people always asking me, like, why don't you become a personal trainer? And my son was like, Mom, you should become a personal trainer. I was like, child, I don't want to do that. And then I was like, hey, why not?
Right.
So
Right.
I think being laid off put me in a situation
Mm-hmm.
where it kind of made me feel like I never wanted to be there again. So even
Mm-hmm.
though I like the support, like I know my corporate America is like my support. Well, not my support in a sense. At first, before getting laid off, I looked at it as like, I got to get this career. I got to get this career.
Right.
But
Right.
after my layoff and going back to the workforce, I was like, this is just another stream of income. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
exchanging my goods and services for a monetary value. So now that makes me more open to like, okay, I have that
Mm-hmm.
stream of income. So if they decide they want to take their stream of income, I'll take these goods and services and give it to
Right.
somebody else.
And
So
fill in
I
the gap.
think,
Yep.
yeah, and I think when you look at it in that aspect, you're always looking for that next thing. You're
Right.
always looking for how can I build, myself in an economic perspective. Because like I said, I want to, when it's time for me to like not work, if I work, I want to work because I choose to work. I don't want to work
Exactly.
because I have to work. So I
Yep.
figure if I can do all that I can over the next 15, 20 years of my life, you know what I'm saying? Then when it's time for me to throw in the towel and say, hey, I might want to work at Walmart, or I might want to work at Target, I can do it because I want to do it, not because I have to do it. But one thing I hope to still be doing is my real estate, because that's my business.
Oh yeah.
Teaching adjunct online, they kind of cut that back just a little bit with, you know, the pandemic and things like that. And that's understandable, because teachers, that's their primary source of income, they need that income. So they don't have as many adjunct professors, but I'm always looking to get back into that. So my thing is, whatever I can do to make that extra coin, it's always been on the back of my mind. Okay, like, well, can I do this and really make money? That's just like my son this summer. I'm hoping to get him up and running. He's going to be doing in the neighborhood. I say, you're going to do pressure wash driveways. He was like, well, can I work at Publix? I was like, no, you can't work at Publix. I was like, you think I'm going to let you work at Publix making $10 an hour when you can just go pressure wash your driveway for $100?
Right.
No. So he's like, oh, I can make $100? I was like,
one driveway. Yep.
So that's where, you know, and I think for me, that's what I like. That's what makes me has always, and I think since my son's 14, so it's really became more evident, because like when we check on the property we have, things like that, he like, oh mama, why we got to go over there? I say, because we own this, so we have to make sure it's being taken care of. And a lot of times we forget that our youth, whether it be your children, your brother and sister's children, the neighborhood children, somebody's always watching. I learned that before. Someone is always watching what you do. So you never know what nugget that you're going to give them to catapult them in a positive aspect to building their own life. So for me, that has always been one of the things, and I think I get that from my mom, because she's always been like that. Whatever you do, make sure you do your best at it. I wouldn't care if you was the dishwasher, be the best dishwasher in the building, because you never know who's watching and what stream of income that's going to catapult you to.
Exactly. They might tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, I need you to come manage my back kitchen, you know, at my restaurant. And then there you go, taking off to something different. So what do you have in the works coming up next for you?
Well, what's coming up next in 3 months? We are exactly 3 months out to my next competition. So I will be competing in July, and it's going to be in South Carolina. So it won't be local. So I'm gearing up for that. So I'll be posting my information to try to get some support for that, because like I said, those competitions, a lot of people, they see the glitz and the glam, but you're paying for makeup, you're paying for tanning, you're paying for suits, you're paying for lodging. I'm gonna tell you, as a bodybuilder, your food bill is astronomical. We go to the grocery store, my husband like, all this is just for you. I'm like, yeah, you need your own basket, because I eat like 6 times a day. So if you see someone out there that is in the competitive world and they're asking for your support, per se me, it is because we need the support, because yes, we have jobs, but we have bills too. And as an athlete, something you said before, like as a bodybuilder, where you can get money from it, it takes you years to make money as a bodybuilder. You don't start making money. People think as soon as you hit the stage, you're making money. You're spending money. It's just like with any other sport. It's like with football. It's like, well, and when I say football, I'm not talking about NFL. I'm talking about like Pop Warner. I'm talking about stuff like that you got kids in. You're spending that money. You're delving out that money to compete to get you to the next level, because in order to get to where you're getting that monetary income, you have to get to the next level. So that's where I am now, as I'm trying to get to the next level in my bodybuilding career, so that I can become a pro athlete. Once I become a pro athlete, then that's when you can start getting some money.
That's when the coins start coming.
Yeah. So that's what I'm working on. So the next 3 months, I'll be training hard. So anybody who wants to follow my journey, you can follow me at B Deshondra on Instagram. I post mainly all of that on Instagram versus Facebook, because Facebook, I don't want it like out to the world. But my thing is, my Instagram allows me to kind of, it's not necessarily control, but it gives more of what I'm doing from the bodybuilding perspective.
Right.
So, and if anybody wants to support me, they can go to the link that's on my Instagram at B Deshondra. So it's be like boy, Deshondra. If you click on that link, if you want to enroll in the online fitness plan that I have, you just click on Body Fit 30. You put your email information, and it'll come through Cash App with your email. You get enrolled in the program through an online app where I house everything. If you want to support me from a competition, it says competition support. I have a link for, because some people ask me like, well, what seasonings do you use? How do you make your food? So there's a link for that. There's a link for Puff Mistress for the lingerie that I'm a part of. There's a link for Power Hands. So like I said, in this realm, it has increased my growth, but not in a monetary value just yet. So that's coming. That's the next big thing I'm working on. Other than that, like I said, my goal is for my son this summer to kind of get him more business driven, and get him more grounded with that. And then I'm hoping I got a 3-year plan. Because I got short-term goals, long-term goals, mid-age goals. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, there's something from a property value that I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to get myself aligned so that I can do it in 3 years. Okay. So I got a lot of things going on.
But you making it work, and I be watching. I'm like, that girl is getting it. So that's what it's all about. But I thank you, and thank you for stopping by and enlightening us and dropping nuggets. And I'm definitely putting them links out so everybody can support you, because I'm proud of you, sis. You're making it look easy, but I know it's not. So keep up the good work. And I thank you.
And I appreciate you having me on your platform. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye.